With 2013 nearly upon us, everyone is currently looking for the next big thing in music. And I think we might have one of the front runners here with us today. It's Nina Nesbitt.
Hello.
How are you doing, Nina? You all right?
I'm fine, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good indeed. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
No, again, not at all. You're more than welcome. So for those that aren't aware of you, maybe tell us how you got into music in the first place.
I started posting YouTube videos about 3 years ago onto YouTube and started playing little gigs around Edinburgh and Manchester. And then from then on I started building up a fan base and playing more and more gigs. And then that's kind of it really.
That's the short version, right?
Yeah, it just kind of grew. And then as it grew, more and more people get to know about my music, and I had a chance meeting with Ed Sheeran in Edinburgh, and I was asking him if he had any advice about how to get into the industry, basically for upcoming singer-songwriters. And he said, do you play guitar? I said yes, so he said play me a song. So I played him a song, and then he invited me on tour. So that kind of gave me my first break.
He handed you a golden ticket, basically, at that point, right?
Yeah, it was very nice of him.
So was that nerve-wracking being handed guitar by Ed and just said play? I mean, how did you feel?
It was a bit random, really, because I was just there as like a little radio gig thing. I was just watching him because I liked his music, and then all of a sudden I'm playing. So it was a bit random. It wasn't really nerve-wracking, it was just kind of unexpected.
Yeah. And then he invited you on tour. Simple as that. Great story.
Yeah.
You've played with Example as well.
Yeah, that was another kind of chance thing.
Tell us about that.
I covered his song, I think about 8 months before he even came across it. He's seen it on YouTube and he liked it, so he invited me on tour as well, just over Twitter one night. Just sitting with my friends, and then I was like, Example's just invited me on tour, and then they were all like, no.
Your friends must hate you. They hate you a little bit?
Nah, not at all. I think
got good friends.
I don't think they would want to do what I'm doing. They're all
Right.
quite happy uni lifestyle, so.
So how was it playing with Example? Obviously, I mean, he's into sort of like louder sort of dance music, and you know, he's going to be playing to a slightly different crowd. How did you go down warming up for him?
Well, I didn't really know how it was going to go for that reason, but it went really well actually. The crowd were really receptive, and I think Example and Ed, although they're very different, their crowds are actually quite similar in a sense, because most of them are under 18 and they kind of like stuff that's in the charts. Same with Rizzle Kicks that I've been on tour with recently as well. I find it's all kind of a similar audience, which is nice that people can like different genres of music.
Now, how does it feel being sort of welcomed into that group?
Oh, well,
it seems to be you're being welcomed with open arms. Everyone's getting you involved. There must be a
oh, it's very nice. Really appreciative of the artists that take me on tour. It's like a big kind of step to getting more and more well known, so it's good.
And your second EP as well, let's talk about that, The Apple Tree. You work with producer Jake Gosling, massive producer, you know, produced some huge things. How was that working with him?
It was really good fun. We were kind of became friends just through meeting in like random places, and then we were like, oh, let's make an EP together. We had a writing session actually back in November in 2011, and we wrote The Apple Tree, and I just enjoyed working with him and another guy called Chris Leonard. So we just went in the studio and thought, let's make an EP. So me and Jake made that EP, and then that kind of gave me a bit of a boost into the industry as well. So that was fun. And
now you're signed to a major, aren't you? And you're about to release your debut on a major label, right?
Yeah, about to release my album later on in 2013. So. But
you've got your debut single just coming up.
Yeah, right, Boy? I released a kind of soft release of Boy back in September, and I'm about to release one called Stay Out.
Okay.
So that's kind of the first big single as such.
Stay Out. So you're saying you're recording your debut and it's coming out next year. What can we expect from that?
You can expect a mixture of upbeat, kind of catchy songs with some piano ballads as well.
A few ballads. You've got to have some ballads.
Love my ballads.
You've got to have some love songs. Yeah. Everyone's got to have some love songs. Now, will you continue to perform covers? Because you said that's how you started. You've got your YouTube channel. It's obviously incredibly popular, and you've done a number of very vast, different covers. Are you going to continue that? Is that something you think you're going to do?
I don't know. I don't like to such cover just any random song, I've got to really like the song. And I always try and kind of change them, make my own style as well. So I think it's just if I'm inspired by something, I'll cover it. It's not really something that I think about doing. It's just something that kind of happens every now and then. But yeah, I think I'll continue. And
that's what you look for, is it, in your covers? What you decide is going to get the Nina treatment, you think?
Yeah, like my favourite one that I've covered is probably The Funeral by Band of Horses. I just love that original song. So yeah, I kind of took my interpretation of it. I like doing that with songs.
Okay. Now, Justin Bieber's fans called Beliebers, all right? Jessie J, the Heartbeats. Now, is it true that your fans have got a bit of a nickname? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us the nickname, please?
It's not me who made it up. They call themselves Nesbians.
Nesbians. Nesbians. Okay. How did this come about then? Is this just something someone just started saying it one day on Twitter or something? How's this happened?
Well, as my fan base started to grow back in 2012, they all started kind of talking to each other. My fans are from all over the world. Although it's still quite small, they're dotted about everywhere. So they all talk to each other on Twitter and try and interact. And they kind of started a little family feel. And they're like, let's come up with a name. And they were like, what do you think we should be called? I was like, I'm not going to get involved in this. I'll let you get on with it. So they went, what about Nesbians? And it just kind of caught on. I went onto eBay the other day to find hoodies being made saying I'm a Nesbian and all sorts, so they seem to be quite into it.
They're loving that.
Yeah.
That's great. When you heard it, did you think I like that, or did you think I might step in now, maybe I'll get involved and try and change it?
I just find it quite funny. Yeah, it's just a bit of pun, isn't it?
It's great. I think it's going to catch on. It's going to be great. So who are you a fan of then? Who's been good for you in 2012 you've been listening to?
In 2012, Mumford & Sons' new album, I love that one. And also Jake Bugg, came across him in 2012, and I love his stuff.
It must be a bit of an inspiration to you, because obviously he's similar in age, and he started so young, and you started so young, and done it in such a similar way. Do you find that a bit of an inspiration? Do you look at him and think?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's really inspiring, and I think that he didn't really think about what's going to be commercial and what's going to be put on the radio. He just thought, I'm going to make music that sounds like it's from the 60s or whatever, because that's the music I like. And I think him staying true to himself has done him good. Yeah.
And what about any tips for 2013? Do you think anyone that we need to be looking out for, do you reckon?
Well, I recently had a UK tour. My 2 support acts were great. I think they're going to do some big things. Josh Kumra, who was on the track with Rhett.
Yeah, we know Josh. We've had Josh on the show.
His kind of own stuff's starting to come out now, and it's really good. And another guy called Billy Lockett. They're really cool. So
Billy Lockett.
Keep an eye out.
Josh and Billy, absolutely, we will, definitely. Well, listen, surely 2013 is going to be a very, very good year for you too.
Hopefully.
And you're going to be making lots of lists and all sorts, and lots of great stuff been happening for you. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Nesbitt.